Hey y'all, it's your girl Joy back with another video, and so today I will be talking about how you can be more successful in your approach to getting scholarships. If you don't know who I am, hi, I'm Joy. I make college beauty and lifestyle videos here on YouTube and occasionally commentary, so if that's something that you're interested in, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. And pause, all of you guys that are watching right now, turn on that post notification, that way you can be notified every time I upload and live stream. So let's get started in the video. So I'm gonna first talk about my background, like how many scholarships I got and why I applied to scholarships in the first place. I applied for scholarships in the spring semester of my senior year of high school, and I did this because I wanted to have a backup plan. I knew going into college my dad's csulb fee waiver was going to waive my tuition, but I was going to have to pay for things like if I was not going to live at home, I was going to have to dorm, find a way to pay for that, pay for books, pay for parking permit, and pay for fees that aren't tuition like based, that are still charged by the school. And so I knew I was going to still have those expenses, like personal expenses, transportation expenses. So I applied to scholarships because I wasn't going to get any financial aid and I wasn't going to take any loans out. So to put into perspective about how many scholarships I've applied to, I applied to about 47 scholarships in the span of 3 months. So I know it was pretty stressful. It's a lot of work, but that's what it takes to actually win a scholarship, is actually working hard, as cliche as that sounds. And so 17 of those 47 scholarships emailed me back a rejection letter saying, "You didn't get this, sorry, bye sister." Either 4 or 5 scholarships out of the 47 that I actually won. So when you look at that, you have to apply to a lot of scholarships to even like get like one. So my probability of getting a scholarship was 5 out of 47. All the other scholarships are ones that never emailed me back, and I think that's something for you guys to keep in mind, is that even though you apply to a scholarship, if you don't get accepted, don't necessarily expect an email back, because they have a lot of people to email who applied, so just know that. And the total for the scholarships, I'm going to say, is either like $5,000 or $6,000 total among the 4 or 5 that I got. So I know it's really tempting to put scholarships aside and take out loans because it's easier, but I really stress you guys not to take out loans, because a lot of people who are in their middle age are still paying off their loans, and if you can get to college for free, definitely do that. Not everyone can, but try your hardest to apply for scholarships. Don't be lazy, because there's money out there and you do have a chance at winning it if you work hard, and if you've been working hard from high school, college, whatever. Like, it starts in the beginning and it all adds up. One thing that you should have is a good profile picture. I had several scholarships ask me to send a picture of myself, and I don't really know why. I guess it's because they want me to show what I look like. So for example, I applied to a few scholarships that were it's like an organization supporting like African American women, but nowhere on the application did it say you have to be African American to apply. So I applied to a few scholarships like that, and they all asked me to send a picture of myself. I'm guessing it's because they wanted to see if I was African American or not. I didn't get any of those scholarships, if you're wondering. And you want to make sure it's a cute and professional looking photo. Like, don't be wearing your bikini. Don't be looking like you just got out of bed. Like, these people want to see that you are someone that they want to give their money to. But number 2 is have a journal essay that you can use for multiple scholarship applications. So you will find that a lot of scholarship application questions are very similar. And so if you come up with a generic essay, you're not going to have to rewrite a new essay for each application, but you can modify and change some things to your existing generic essay that you can use for your other applications. Also, I do want to say, use Google Docs, because it automatically saves whatever you've written, and you don't want to be in that crunch time of when you are applying for a scholarship and writing the essay and it just is disappeared, it's gone, and then you have to rewrite it again. And also Google Docs allows you to share it with your teachers, with your family, with your friends, with other people so that they can review it, comment, and edit anything to help you have the best essay possible. This is going to be a little bit cliche, but you definitely want to select essay topics for your applications that you are very passionate about, because the last thing someone wants to read is something that's cliche or stale or something that just seems very ingenuine, you know, because these people are looking at, who do I want to give my $1,000 to? Who do I want to give my $5,000 to? They want to give it to the best candidate possible, and they want to see and feel you and know you through your essay. Don't delete any of your essays just because you never know if you can use it for another scholarship. I want to encourage you to apply to scholarships that are outside of your expertise. So a lot of scholarships have requirements based off your grade, your gender, your ethnicity, your sexual orientation, your religious affiliation, your major, but there's also scholarships that are tailored towards one group, but you don't necessarily have to be a part of that group to apply or receive the scholarship. So for example, in high school, I applied to 2 different longshoremen warehouse scholarships, and I know nothing about that field. I am not a part of that field, nor would I ever be a part of that field. And one of the requirements was to write an essay on Harry Bridges, who is an important figure in longshoreman history and stuff with unions. And I looked at that and I was like, do I really want to write about an essay about someone I don't know, this and that? And the cash prize was like $500. But then I told myself, you know what if I actually got this scholarship? What if I actually tried writing an essay about Harry Bridges? So you know what I did? I wrote an essay about Harry Bridges, and I got that $500, and I won that scholarship, and I won both of the longshoreman scholarships that I applied to. And I'm a journalism major, totally different from longshoremen. Don't limit yourself when it comes to what essays that you can write or what scholarships you can apply. Apply outside of your knowledge, because you might surprise yourself and you will definitely learn stuff. I didn't know who Harry Bridges was. Now I do. Almost every single application usually requires at least 1 letter of rec, if not 2 or 3. So you always want to have those people, either a boss or a teacher, or sometimes they allow friends and stuff like that, be lined up to write you that letter of a recommendation. You want to have those people lined up, and you definitely want to let these people know in advance so that they can write the most absolute best letter of recommendation for you. Letters of recommendation, this usually requires years, some multiple years of building relationships with the people that oversee you and your work. You have to consistently work hard and prove yourself to those people that they know what a hardworking and good person that you are, that they want to write that letter of recommendation for you. If you're applying to a major specific scholarship and you have a teacher that has overseen you in that specific subject or major, then you want them writing that letter of recommendation for you, just because that it would make your application and your letter of recommendation so much stronger. The thing I do want to point out is that small cash prizes do matter. So I think it's easy for us to write off 500 or 250. When it comes to scholarship money, everyone wants to apply to the full ride scholarship or the $10,000, $15,000 scholarship, and although that's great, $250, $500 adds up if you get a lot of these prizes. So I definitely think that you guys should not write that off and apply to them, and have applied to enough where they could add up to that full ride scholarship. You know what I mean? I got in a $500 scholarship, and honestly, that's 2 or 3 semesters worth of books. Apply for any scholarship you can, but also apply for non-restricted scholarships. I forgot the actual term, but basically non-restricted scholarships means is that the money is given directly to you. So a lot of scholarships, the money is actually given directly to the college, and that's how your tuition and stuff is paid for. But if the scholarship goes to you, what's great about that is if you have enough scholarship money to pay all your bills for school and you have leftover, you can use that on anything you want. You could literally buy a car, although I don't recommend you to apply to scholarships just to do that, because there's people that actually need money out there for school. But theoretically, if you have leftover money, you can use that on anything you need or want. So that's what's the benefit of applying to non-restricted scholarships. Scholarship committees, they are looking for dynamic students, and what I mean by that is somebody who has a background of doing stuff besides just school. You know, you can get all the A's you want, you can get the highest test scores, but at the end of the day, these people want to see, do you have experience? It's almost like you're applying to a college, a university. So be involved, get in extracurricular activities. If you're in high school, involve yourself in stuff that you are passionate about, not just stuff to put on your resume, and grow in those experiences. What I really don't recommend is applying to scholarships that are very lottery based, because those scholarships you really don't have to do a lot for, so almost everyone applies to those, and all those lazy people that don't want to write an essay, they're going to apply for that, so your chances of getting those scholarships are very low. For example, these scholarships come in the form of making a post on social media, or writing 150 words about a question, or these scholarships is they're usually picked at random. It's better to apply for a scholarship that you get picked based off merit, because at least you know, hey, I've done all this, I am a good student, I'm very smart, I'm athletic, whatever, and your chances of getting a scholarship are higher just because you have something to offer. And these scholarships are definitely not based off who's the best candidate. It's just basically random, and you don't want that. When you see scholarships, a lot of times they're gonna say postmarked by the deadline. When you see that, it doesn't mean that the scholarship committee has to receive your scholarship packet in the mail by that date. What it means is that you have to bring that package into the mail office, and they have to stamp it, which is postmarking, stamp the package or the envelope by that date in order for you to still be qualified to apply. Also, keep up with your emails. Like, this is the #1 way that scholarships communicate with potential recipients, and if you're not up to date on your emails, then you can potentially lose out on winning a scholarship, because if they send you an email and they're like, hey Joy, like, we really loved your application and we decided to pick you, and you don't answer, then you're not going to get the scholarship. They're going to move to the next person, and so don't let that happen to you. I've heard this happen to some people, and it's really sad. I'm going to leave you on this. This is my quote. The more work you put into applying for a scholarship, the better chance that you have at getting that scholarship. So don't apply to lottery scholarships. Apply to as many scholarships as you can. If you have to write an essay, if you do this and that, just apply. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. So yeah, if you want to see any of my other college advice videos, just click the playlist down below. I'll link it in my description box. I appreciate you guys so much, and I love all of you, so thank you. Bye!